Hey, Kin family. I just wanted to put together a quick video. There's been a lot of talk on Reddit about folks being concerned about the Trust Wallet not being supported for the transition. A couple of years ago, year and a half ago, anyway, I got concerned about the same thing. I'd moved over to Ledger, and I really like it, and I would recommend it if you can afford it. But I was a little concerned about what would happen if I needed access to my coins and didn't have a Ledger handy. So I did a little bit of research and found out that the ledger is based on something called BIP39 or BIP39, and that was great, except the tools out there weren't set up for Kin. So worked with the community, and Chancity was a huge help in this, and he did the modifications necessary so that we've got a BIP39 tool that works with Kin3. The reason why this is important is you can take your secret words from, say, Trust Wallet, which I'm going to use it as an example here, and you can generate a paper wallet for your existing account. I know that there's some other things that you might want to do instead of this. This is kind of a last ditch effort. So I'm going to put a few warnings out here. So what we're doing here is this process is for extracting your secret key from BIP39 compliant wallets that are not supporting the migration. From right now, from what I can see, none of the wallets are. Today is the 18th of November. Hopefully they'll be adding some, but I know that Trust, Atomic, and there's one other one that handles Kin3 and is not supporting. This should not be your first option. For me, I went over to a Ledger and I really like it. It works well with my Kin wallet. Uh, you've got 10 derivation paths possible there. It works with Chancity's other site. Anyway, you can do some sends over there. I've not had any problem with it. It greatly eases my mind as far as handling Kin transactions. But if you can't afford a ledger and you don't want to leave your coins on an exchange, this is an option you should consider. Another good one would be just to simply generate yourself a new account and send it to it with a paper wallet. That's going to have some of the same concerns that I'm going to talk about here, is that it's difficult to do offline and it's hard to not expose your key doing that. So I think this process here works pretty good. All that said, this is not guaranteed. I'm going to do my best here. Community's been good to me. I want to be good to the community. Might not be possible for some of you guys to pull this off, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to provide enough remote support to do it, but there's a lot of smart folks in the community that can probably help you out. This is a risk here. You need to do this offline, which we'll talk about in a minute. If you don't, and you've got some kind of malware, there's always the possibility that your secret key will be compromised and you will be cleaned out. This is your warning. You need to be very careful with this, and if you don't feel comfortable, please don't proceed. Obviously, I can't be held responsible for loss of coin. Again, number 4, this should only be done on an offline computer. What I'm going to show you here is an HTML file that stands alone and can run all by itself without internet. When I ran it to test it and to extract my secret key, I did it on a laptop that was running Tails, didn't have a hard drive, didn't have a Wi-Fi connector, all of those above, right? Depending on your level of paranoia and the size of your bag, please take steps that are sufficient to make you secure. Once you've got it, you've got a paper wallet, and that you're going to have to find a place to do something with. You definitely don't want to take a picture of it and put it on your phone. You don't want to leave it on your computer when you hook your internet back up. So, do some research and find out the best way to protect this kind of information. Okay, so there is a tool out there called BIP39. It's done by a guy named Ian Coleman, and it's a nice piece of code, and it works great for, hang on a second, works great for things like Bitcoin, and it actually worked really well with Kin1 when it um, was on Ethereum. But if you take a look here, you're not going to find Kin here. At least you, and so we had to do something a little bit different. And like I said, Chancity and I went back and forth a few times in some old threads here, which I will have posted in my current Reddit post. And we came up with him being nice enough to go through and modify the product. He's got his own GitHub here, so that actually works with Kin. And so what you can see here is a little bit of a reveal. I'm going to clear this out, but I set myself up a trust wallet that didn't have anything in it, just asked for a new wallet, and it generated the code words. And so we're going to go through the whole process here. So I can't do the part that's on my phone, but I did go ahead and generate it, and then I typed over the words here in Notepad. Obviously, again, you're going to want to be doing this all offline. Okay, then you just start up the BIP39 standalone, which I will provide a download link for. If you're very technical, you can go to Kin3's site, you can download it, you can run the Python commands and compile your own. But for those of you that don't want to do that, I will put the one out there that I have done. And basically all you do is you just take the 12 words that Trust gives you, which is not ideal. Ledger uses a 24-word seed, and you paste it in there, and it calculates it all out. And the part that we're interested in down here is you can see that it's Kin 2017, which is Kin. And if you come down here, we've got a whole selection of public and private keys. And so you got address, and in our instance, the address and the public key are the same. So I'm going to turn this off so it's a little bit easier to see. And that's all there is to it, right? Again, if you're doing this on an offline computer, you want to grab as many of these as you think you might need. For most people, this first derivation path is probably sufficient, but get the public and private key. As you can see here, it gives you a QR code. Again, I wouldn't do that. You don't want to load this onto your phone. So that's as simple as it gets. And if you look at what they've generated here, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. So that's the key. And this is the one that I emailed from my phone for the Trust wallet. So this is how you can go in with your 12 words from Trust Wallet and retrieve your secret key if you'd like. I hope it's of help. Thank you.